You how to finish this assignment here, okay? And so we've been doing this for a while, and I'm gonna go step by step, okay? Every question. So first, okay, um, I'm gonna put it right here in the note box, okay? So all we're gonna do here is we're gonna pick a percent, okay? A percent of her paycheck, and I'm going to choose. I'm going to choose, let's see, I'm going to choose some sort of ridiculous number that you probably shouldn't choose. I'm going to choose 27%. That's way too high, but I'm going to do it so that no one else chooses it. Now, that's the answer to this question. I choose 27%, which is way too high, but I know I will be happy when I retire in Florida. Okay? All right? So that's where, because that's where you go when you retire. Nick, be quiet. Do not swear, Nick. I'm recording. Okay, so I'm also going to pick 9% here. Now, you can choose what option you want. There are these options. There's the low option, right? There's the high option. This is 3%. There's a medium option. And there is the high option, right? So just choose one. Okay, I choose 9%, which is a high option. Okay, and okay. So I'm going to choose 9%. High option because life starts when you're 50, okay? Or 55, or whenever you retire, okay? There you go. That's the reason why I chose that. Now, these ones right here, these are more difficult. So, first of all, here's what I have to do, okay? Now, this is going to tell you how much she makes, or how much she's going to make monthly. And this is how I found it, right? If you look back at the problem, it says that she makes $36,000 a year. So I'm going to use this calculator right here. And what I'm going to do with the calculator is I'm going to divide 36,000, 36000 divided by 12, because that's how many months are in a year. She makes $3,000 for every paycheck. Now, what I want to find here, right, is I want to find, first of all, how much she contributes every month. Well, I chose 27%, but that's not the only amount that I'm going to multiply how much I, hey, be quiet! How much I make every month, or how much I put in every month. This is actually going to be, right, remember there's an employee match, so I'm going to add 5% to that. So I'm actually putting in, of the $3,000 that I make, I'm actually putting in 32%, okay? I'm putting in 32% of that 3,000 because my employer is giving me that amount to put in. So I'm going to multiply 3,000 times, what did I say, 32%? I'm going to times 0.32, because remember that's a decimal version of percent. So I'm putting in 960 per month. So what I'm going to do here is the initial investment is 500, and I'm not sure if I said that, and I'm sorry if I didn't, but that's what she put in. She put in 500 to start. Now every month she contributes the answer that I got in the graph, whatever the percentage plus the 5% percentage that you chose plus the 5% times 3,000, which is her monthly paycheck. So I got 960, and I'm going to put that into right here, how much she contributes every month. Okay. So the time, again, if you look right at the top, she starts as a 23-year-old. This question is asking right here. It's asking what's 25. From 23 to 25 is 2 years. So I'm going to put that in right here. Okay. Finally, the interest rate that I chose. If you look back at this, I chose 9%. Okay. So I'm going to do 9% and just put in a 9. You're good. And I'm going to calculate. Right. That's my first answer here. At 23, she's going to have 24,671. I'm just going to round it, okay? So 25, all you got to write is 24,671, okay? And then at 30, she's going to have, all I'm doing here is I'm changing the years. The years turn into 7, because from 23 to 30 is 7. Okay, now she's going to have a lot of money, 106,903. Okay, you can just round if you want, 106,903. Okay, so there we go. We've answered that question, not too hard. Now, this one's also difficult because you just got to know the one weird thing that you have to do. The one weird thing that you have to do is, right, she changes her plan here. She changes her plan. I, again, am going to choose a risky option because I want to move to Florida and have a good time when I retire, okay? So at 12%, what we have to do is, first of all, we need to remember this number. And the reason why is because we're basically starting over, right? We're starting over with this amount, with 106, right? 903, and this time 903. Okay, again, I just rounded it, whatever. Okay, so we're starting over with that amount. That's how much she's in there because we're changing our plan. We're changing it from 9 to 12 now. Okay, so I need to change this number to 12. And so what I'm going to do is, yeah, that's fine. I will do that for you. I'm going to calculate it now. And the number of years, we did it last time until she was 30. Now it's another 5 years. So I'm going to change this number, the number of years that the 401k gets money, money comes into the 401k, is 5 years. And there we go, at 261,584. Again, I'll round it. So at 35, now what she has is 35. She has 261, and I already forget the number, 484, I think it said. Okay, 584. Okay, so no, 584. Okay, so there we go. This is the first half, and now here's how you do this one. The maximum that she can save in her 401k is limited by law. If she gets a raise at 35 and makes $200,000, can she contribute to her 401k at the same rate? So all we got to do here, actually, and I showed some people the wrong way to do this, but here's how we do it, right? She's putting in 960 every month, is what we said, okay? But actually, first of all, she's still contributing at the same rate, but we've got to multiply that rate, right, by the new paycheck. And the thing I think I got wrong, I'll just X out of these. The thing I believe I got wrong was, first of all, we have to calculate is how much is she making monthly? Well, monthly she's making that, and I'm just going to round that to 16667. 16667, okay? I'm going to round that to that. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to multiply it by the percentage that we got in number 1. Yep. Number 1, and that is going to be 32. And I'm going to tell you right now that this 32% is going to be way over the amount that she can contribute, which is $18,000. So I've got to lower my percentage. I'm going to keep the employee match, which is 0.05, and I'm just going to try adding some percent. So what about, okay, this isn't working because of this, right? How about that? Well, you know what? 10% works now, but let's go higher because, again, we want to contribute as much. Something's wrong because this is not working. The order of operations is wrong here. Okay, because there's multiplication here. So that's still way too high. That's the employer match plus 15%, which is, again, over the 18,000. I'm doing something wrong here. Again, over the 18,000 limit. You know what? I believe that they were talking about total. So you know what? I did this wrong. I should not have multiplied by. Okay, again, I'm getting interrupted by people here. There you go. Not your fault. But this is why I'm getting confused. Okay, yeah, no. It's fine. Okay, so again, actually, I do believe they meant this. They should have done it the other way because really the way they regulate it is by monthly basis. But yearly, right, it's got to be under 18,000. That's still way too high. So I'm going to really have to limit this. Even that's way over. So I'm thinking that she can't even take the employee match for this amount. No, she can. Let's try 0.05. So that's 10% still over. Try 4%. There you go. That's the amount that she can contribute here is 4% now. Okay, and so the answer is no here. So she dropped down from that 20 that I put down here to 4% because she started making way more. I'm sorry. So and there we go. And because, right, and this is because 4% plus 5% match equals 9%, and that's $18,000 yearly contribution, not monthly. Monthly they should have done it that way, but that's $18,000 yearly contribution, which is max by law. Okay, you could have looked that up, but I gave it to you. Okay, now how much will she have? So her new contribution rate is now 9%. So I'm going to go back to the compound interest calculator, right? And I'm going to change it now. It's going to be 9%. And that's actually $18,000. So what I'm changing here is this. I'm changing that amount, 18,000. Okay, the plan stays the same. That 12% plan, it stays the same because the market boom hasn't gone down yet. Now what we do need to put in here is we need to put in this number again because she had 35. She's right here. So put this in 261,584. Put this number in as 261,584. Put that number in as the initial because now we're starting at 30 with her new contribution rate. Okay, so at 35, this is going to be another 5 years. Let's calculate how much she has. She's already at $1 million, which is ridiculous, but okay. It's 1,833,215. Okay, again. So I'm sorry. This is at 40. At 40, she's going to have 1,833, 1,833. I think I said 1,83245 or something like that. What did I say? 1,833,215. Okay, because it's in the millions. 3,215. Okay, at 40, and then at 45, how much is she gonna have? Well, I'm just gonna adjust the years. That's actually 10 years here from that point. So at that point, that's gonna be 4,602,967. 4,602. So it's gonna be 4,602, right? 977 at 45. And last one, it's gonna be, I adjust this now to 15 years, right? Because this is at 50. And that's going to be, let me calculate it real quick and actually try to remember it this time. I'm going to get 9,484,215. 9,484,215. And that's at 50. Okay, so we're almost done here. She's almost ready to retire. And great, I didn't read this part. Assume the market is level to its normal rate of return. Crap. Okay. Well, actually, you know what? That doesn't matter. The only thing that matters here is the percentage, and this is what I would have had to change. She would have had to return back to her 9%. So crap, I have to do this again. But just be careful of that. 1,695, 176. Not a huge difference. 1,695. Okay, 1,695. See, I didn't read that last part. 716. Okay, I might get these numbers wrong, but I just screwed up big time. So that's what you have to change in this one. Okay, I did not read that it returned 3,900,937. 3,900,937. Okay. And then finally we do 15, and that's going to be calculate at 15. It's 7,294,773. Okay, so again, not too big of a deal, but I don't want you to get this wrong. 294,773. 773. Okay, so watch this. Watch it. She went back to her 9% here. Be careful of that, because I just screwed it up. Okay, at 50, it experiences a setback. Now let's just go to, just choose one of these again. Choose 7% and explain. I'm not going to. And so if she's doing that now, what I'm going to do is she's adjusting her return. And the return at this point is 7,294,773. So we've got to rewrite that. 7,294,773. And right now it's going to be at, let's say we put in 7. She's always for the high option. So we put in 7, and we're going to calculate. And then she's going to have 25 million, this is way too high, 25 million, 554. I'm sorry, that was 15 years, that's why. Put it back to 5, put this back to 5, okay? Okay, and change this now. She's back to 7, right, we got that right, okay. So now, 11,000, right? 11,000, yep. 473, 456, okay? And then 55, 11,7, 11, 473, 473, 456. Okay, so there we go, 55. This is going to be a 10% penalty. Let's just say no. 10% penalty. No, don't want to lose those millions. Do what you would decide, okay? Yeah, I am. It's taking me way too long. It's retirement time. Yes, she did. Okay, for yours, she should too. Okay, so I may have gotten some of this wrong. I'm going to try to note the mistake in the YouTube video, but the mistake is right here. Okay, that at level to return, you have to return to the normal percentage. Okay, and that's about it. Okay,